It's a deal, it's a steal!
Could you push it 500 more in total?
We have hulks from 18,500.
No. If you were to sell this today, what do you think that's worth?
You'll see a lot less of these.
But the prices of moonwatches are going crazy.
This can be 12,250. This can be...
The old style Planet Ocean.
So they do the one with the black and the white, and then they've got the one with the black and the orange, which we have.
That's not the GMT though. The black and white is the GMT.
And the black and orange is just the time and day.
It's just the standard dive timer.
Right, okay, I see.
But the black and white is supposed to be daytime, nighttime, so you can see instantly.
And you're not a fan of that. You like the all black.
The black and white. It looks the black looks fine. The white looks like plastic.
I know you're here to see a Speedmaster, so I thought I'd pull out some of the similar ones, and we've got a Hesalite moonwatch here. One of the differences, at least, is the logo on the Hesalite is printed on, whereas the Sapphire one is applied. It has a very similar bracelet design.
So that was 2000, maybe the last 2 years that they produced that movement, because that's not the Speedmaster Professional. It's based on the old Valjoux movement.
Right,
and they've
okay.
been around for like 50, 60 years.
The construction of the bracelet, it's a 5-piece construction, but it has the polished center link. So on this one, everything's brushed, and on the Sapphire version, the second and fourth link are polished, and on the Hesalite one, they're just brushed. I know on the old bracelet, I wasn't as much of a fan of it.
Yeah.
This one, for me, is a much more aesthetically pleasing bracelet. I also like the taper, but also the way the hang is great, because it means that if you have got a wrist that maybe a 42 would be too big for normally, this actually looks great on it. The lug to lug isn't too bad, and it hangs directly down, which is nice. But yeah, I'm sure you'll actually know a little bit more about it than me, but I can see that it's got a day and month, and it's also got the date around the outside, which I think is really cool.
So they call this one the Triple Date. I think they were making this model for at least a decade. And all of a sudden, Moonwatch became the thing, and they started phasing out all the other Speedmasters. If it didn't have the standard chrono functions, nobody was interested.
So would you say this was not a massively popular watch when it was for sale?
I don't think it was.
Right. Interestingly, I noticed the clasp is a stamped steel clasp.
Yeah, it's an old press clasp.
It reminds me of an old style Rolex clasp. Speaking of those bracelets, this style bracelet is more like what was on the previous gen Moonwatch. It's completely straight, there's no taper, and then the clasp is a much chunkier clasp. I mean, it's a very sturdy bracelet.
This is not going to be something I'm going to wear very often, but I saw this on the site, and I told you I've been after a Speedmaster for a while.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find an authentic moonwatch, and I've been waiting. But the prices of moonwatches are going crazy because of moonwatches.
So it's a 1998 watch. This is actually how it came.
So that would have been the service case.
So the Omega service case. This watch is without papers.
That's the one I was telling you about.
Let's have a little look.
So this is the Skyward, so it's 42mm. So
Yeah.
it's a lot chunkier on your wrist, whereas this is a 41.
I do like that one still. And have you got any of the Submariners in or anything? Yeah.
So that's a 41mm as well. If it's going to be like everyday use, you can't really go wrong with a Submariner either. It's a lot more durable than something like polished or something like steel and gold. Again, it's not really a massive worry because the watches are going to get scratched regardless.
Yeah.
So.
So is it just the black Submariner that you've got in at the minute?
So the Submariner is only going to come black unless you get two-tone.
Yeah.
And that's going to be blue or black.
I do really like that one though as well.
So that's 41, so that's a 41mm model. But this is 2021, so it's slightly newer. That can be 14,750. How much did you want to budget?
Sort of budget was 14. But obviously, if I am drawn to one, I don't mind paying paying a little bit more. But that's really nice. What's that one up for?
We have hulks from 18,500.
And so maybe it's a little bit more out of my budget, that one.
So 18,500 and up. Investment-wise, they're pretty much all similar. They're going to hold its value pretty well. In terms of like more growth, I would probably say the GMT probably has the most growth in it.
Yeah.
Just pure fact is that no stainless steel Datejust has gone above the 15 grand mark.
Do you think the two-tones are more likely to go up?
Well, out of these three models, I think the two-tone GMT will probably increase in value more than something like a Datejust. Submariner, so you do see quite a lot of them, whereas this, you'll see a lot less of these than you will these two.
What was this price? Why did you do that?
So this can be 12,250. This can be 14,750.
I think I am torn to this one, you know. Right, go with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To buy the Batgirl, we pay 11,500. To sell the watch on your behalf, I would return 12,500. And with the black GMT, we would buy it outright for 9,000 and sell it on your behalf with a view to returning 10,000. I actually sold a 2019 one of those on Monday, which fits in with those sort of figures. For about 11,500. 2019 being the year that discontinued, so worth slightly more. But there or thereabouts.
Obviously, you can't put a time scale on it, but you reckon within about 30 days that you'd move them on. So
as a guideline, 90% of new watches we take on consignment will sell within 30 days. But you always have the option of reverting back to us buying the watches at any stage. So it depends on your circumstances.
Yeah. Could you push it 500 more in total, do you think? So it'd be a total of 13?
No, they're advertised for 14. So for us, the volumes that we turn over, we're offered up to 100 watches every day of the week. So I have a set price of what I bid based on the age, the watch, the condition. I know what I can buy it for, what we can return on consignment and what we'll sell it for, especially with GMTs, full steel GMTs, they're in and out. We have a good process where we get enough of them to sell, so our bids are obviously competitive.
Let's go with that then on the consignment.
Okay. So to recap, just took 2 watches on consignment off a gentleman. Black GMT 2018 and a 2019 Batgirl on the Jubilee bracelet. Also a GMT-Master II and one of the first ones. It's unusual to see them on 2019.
It's been out of the box 4 times. 5th time it's been out of the box. And it's still got the tags on it.
Wow.
It's still stickered.
So this is fresh as the day it was bought. 1997 Seamaster diver. I actually really like how slim the case is on this, like as in the depth of the case. I think I'd prefer it if the modern automatic ones were like this. If you were to sell this today, what do you think that's worth? Obviously to you it's priceless, but...
I've been offered 2.5 by somebody on the internet and just saw a couple of pictures.
More special to you for sure.
I mean, that's not to say it won't go, because they're sequential. Yes, my dad bought the 2, but he never wore it. His daily wear was a Seiko that my grandmother bought for him on his 16th birthday.
All right, fair enough.
I've got that.
Have you already discussed the price as well?
1750.
1750.
Right. Maybe one day, once the markets isn't so crazy.
The thing with these, the actual retail price of these has increased quite substantially over the last 3 years. This is 6,400 retail.
They all were doubled.
The Sapphire one is £1,000 more, 7,400. And I can remember when you used to be able to pick up a Moonwatch for around 4K.
You want to know how much that cost?
I think, did you not mention it was around 1,500?
When those were out, when we bought those, retail, they were 795.
Oh, 795, wow.
Because we bought through the trade, we paid 350 each.
It's crazy, isn't it?
795 for an Omega.
Yeah.
In 1997. Whereas you buy even a generic Seamaster, it's what, 3.5?
Oh, more than that, a Seamaster now, if you buy one new, they're like over 5,000. A lot of the brands have really increased in price over the last few years, So what do you think then? Are you...
Oh, I'm definitely going for that one.
Going for that one, yeah? Brilliant.
But it's nice to see what is out there, even if it's just to reinforce my buying decision.
Of course. How would you like to pick?
Action, Harry. I've come through to sort some bracelets out for watches, do some links, and I've been seconded, is a great word, to do deal of the day. Wimbledon dial, Wimbledon coming up. A very poignant dial in Rolex's history. It sometimes got referred to when it came out as the Federer dial. It's by far our best-selling dial. So we're doing 3 Wimbledon dial stainless steel Datejust 36s. The first watch today is a 36mm Oyster bracelet, smooth bezel. It is stock number 4461. It's a 2021 126,200. The retail price from Rolex is £6,300. Our website price is 7,750. Shall we do it, Harry, for £7,000? No, we'll do it for six. No, we'll not do it for 750. We'll do it for 6,500 English pounds. Not beer tokens, not euros, not American dollars, but £6,500. The code will be on the screen, it's on the back of the watch. I did say I was going to take my top off, swing it around my head and go, it's a deal, it's a steal. So the next one is 36mm, identical watch, Oyster bracelet, but with fluted bezel. So this watch retails at £7,350. So £1,000 more for the white gold bezel. It is a 2022 and it's advertised on the website for £9,750. The noise coming in is Billy coming in the door. Billy, shall we do it for £9,000?
Less.
Shall we do it for £8,500?
Less.
Deal of the day is £8,000. Stock number 4282. It'll appear on the screen. Last but not least, and it's a 2023. The difference is it's on a Jubilee bracelet. Horses for courses. Do you prefer Oyster? Do you prefer Jubilee? White gold fluted bezel, retailing at £7,500. It's stock number 4415. It's on our website for £9,950. Without further ado, this watch is on as deal of the day and we can do it for £8,500. If you quote 4415, it's going to appear on the screen now because Harry is magical at all these special effects. I'm hoping that in the future he can make me look a little bit younger. Hit us up, do what all the cool kids do, deal of the days.